left, the room was almost peaceful. The television flickered softly in the dark. You folded your sweater over the chair beside you, as if you'd be back before the morning came. There were no broken glasses on the kitchen floor, no final argument echoing through the walls. Just your keys disappearing behind the front door, and a silence too gentle for what it meant. I remember standing by the window afterward, watching your headlights fade into the empty street. The city kept breathing like nothing had changed, while my whole world unraveled in slow motion. Funny how heartbreak doesn't always arrive screaming. Sometimes it whispers and still breaks every bone. You left so quietly that night, but somehow it hurt louder than anything I'd ever known. How can goodbye be so silent when my heart still hears it everywhere? How can one closed door echo for years? You left quiet, but it hurt loud, like thunder trapped beneath my skin. You walked away without looking back, while I was still begging us to begin again. Every room repeats your absence, every memory calls your name out. You left quiet, but it hurt loud, and I'm still living with the sound. And I'm still living with the sound. I've learned how to smile when people ask about you, how to change the subject before my voice gives in. I've learned which songs to skip on late night drives, and which streets still feel too much like us. But healing isn't as simple as everyone promised. Some wounds don't close just because time has passed. Some love stays sitting in the corner of your heart long after the person who created them is gone. There are nights when I almost call your number just to hear the silence on the other end. Not because I think you'll come back to me, but because a part of me still lives in yesterday. I know we're strangers wearing familiar faces now, yet my heart hasn't fully accepted that truth. It keeps leaving the porch light on for you, even though you've stopped looking for your way home. People say the loudest pain eventually fades, but they never talk about the quiet kind, the kind that follows you into every tomorrow without ever raising its voice. You left quiet, but it hurt loud, like thunder trapped beneath my skin. You walked away without looking back, while I was still begging us to begin again. Every room repeats your absence, every memory calls your name out. You left quiet, but it hurt loud, and I'm still living with the sound. If I had known that was our last evening, I would have held your hand a little longer. I would have memorized the way you smiled, the way your voice softened when you said goodnight. But heartbreak never announces its arrival. It simply changes the meaning of ordinary moments. You left quiet, but it hurt loud, louder than the rain against my window, louder than the songs we used to dance to, louder than all the words we never said. And even now, when the world grows still, your goodbye still finds a way to reach me. You left quiet, but it hurt loud, and my heart still hasn't forgotten the sound. Some people leave with tears, some people leave with anger. You left with silence, and somehow that was worse. windows cracked just enough to let the night in. Streetlights stretching shadows across the floor. Your half of the room still looks the way you left it, even though your footsteps don't live here anymore. I told myself I'd move the pictures by the dresser, push the mattress back against the wall. But every time I try to change the shape of this place, my heart puts everything back where it was. It's strange, the habits that survive a heartbreak. I still leave space beside me when I sleep. I still wake up reaching through the darkness for a hand that isn't reaching back for me. Morning always arrives with the same cruel honesty. The cold side of the pillow, the silence in the air. You've been gone for longer than I care to admit, but some nights my heart still thinks you're here. How do I teach my soul that you're not coming home? How do I close the distance between memory and truth? I still sleep on your side, like somehow it'll bring you back to me. Like love can't survive in empty spaces and unfinished dreams. The room keeps changing with the seasons, but my heart stays frozen in that time. I still sleep on your side, even though you were never mine to keep. Friends tell me healing looks different for everybody, that one day your name won't ache inside my chest. But they don't see the nights when the city goes quiet and loneliness slips back into bed with me. They don't know how hard it is to forget someone who became part of your everyday life. How even the smallest things, a song, a scent, a rainy evening, can bring an entire love story back to life. I've tried to fold away the memories like old clothes, box them up and leave them somewhere out of sight. But memories don't live in closets or photographs. They live in ordinary moments you never expect. So I keep lying here, somewhere between moving on and missing you, learning that heartbreak doesn't disappear all at once. It leaves slowly, one sleepless night at a time, taking pieces of you as it goes. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's finally accepting that some people leave the room, but never completely leave the heart. I still sleep on your side, like somehow it'll bring you back to me. Like love can't survive in empty spaces and unfinished dreams. The room keeps changing with the seasons, but my heart stays frozen in that time. I still sleep on your side, even though you were never mine to keep tonight. I'll try to sleep in my own place, try to convince my heart that it's okay to let go. But old habits are stubborn things, especially when they're built from love. And maybe tomorrow will hurt a little less. Maybe tomorrow I'll stop waiting. I still sleep on your side, but the emptiness doesn't scare me like it used to. The memories still whisper your name, but they're starting to sound farther away. I still sleep on your side, not because I believe you'll return, but because a part of me is still learning how to say goodbye. The bed is big enough for one, the silence is loud enough for two, and somewhere between them I'm trying to find sleep again. Mm-hmm. suitcases waiting by the front door, and neither of us has found the courage to speak. The clock keeps counting down the seconds between us, while the shadows in the room grow longer at our feet. You're sitting across from me, wearing that distant look, like your heart left hours before your body did. And I'm trying to memorize every little detail, the trembling in your hands, the silence on your lips. We both know where this night is headed. We both know tomorrow won't belong to us. But there's a part of me still reaching for your heart, still searching for the warmth we used to be. So before you walk away and turn us into memories, before our love becomes another story people tell, stay here with me for one more moment, long enough for me to pretend we haven't ended yet. If this is truly goodbye, don't leave me with empty words. Give me something real to hold when all that's left is the hurt. Love me like you meant it one last time, like the night isn't slipping through our hands. Hold me like tomorrow doesn't exist, like we're still everything we planned. Let your heart remember mine, even if it's only for tonight. Love me like you meant it one last time, before we disappear into goodbye. I keep replaying all the versions of us in my mind. The first kiss in the rain, the late night drive downtown, the promises we whispered half asleep, the dreams we built that never made it out alive. It's strange how love can fill every corner of your life and leave you standing in the middle of the ruins. And somehow the hardest part isn't losing you, it's knowing you stop fighting while I still believe tomorrow. These walls won't recognize our laughter, the bed won't remember the shape of our bodies. The songs we used to love will keep on playing, even though the people inside them have changed. And maybe years from now you'll think of this night and wonder if we gave up too soon. But tonight all I want is one last memory that doesn't feel like heartbreak. Don't give me promises you can't keep. Don't tell me everything will be okay. Just stay close enough for me to forget, if only for a moment that you're leaving. Love me like you meant it one last time, like the night isn't slipping through our hands. Hold me like tomorrow doesn't exist, like we're still everything we planned. Let your heart remember mine, even if it's only for tonight. Love me like you meant it one last time, before we disappear into goodbye. Maybe love doesn't end in a single moment. Maybe it fades in quiet ways we never notice. A hand held a little less tightly, a kiss that lingers a little less long. But for one last night, can we forget the ending and remember how beautifully we began? Love me like you meant it one last time, even if forever is already out of reach, even if the sunrise carries you away. And leave me with the echoes of your touch. Love me like you meant it one last time, so when I close my eyes years from now, I can still believe that somewhere in your heart you loved me too. The suitcase is still by the door, the night almost gone and I'm still waiting for one last version of us. You said it softly, almost like an apology, standing halfway between staying and leaving me behind. The television hummed in the other room, while my whole world came undone in a single line outside. The city carried on without noticing. Cars passed by, strangers laughed somewhere down the street. Funny how the earth keeps turning like nothing happened when your heart has just forgotten how to beat. I remember every detail of that evening, the rain against the window, the trembling in my hands. You couldn't even look me in the eyes for very long, as if love had already packed its bags. I wanted to ask you to stay to fight for us, but the distance in your voice had made up its mind. And even after the door closed behind you, your goodbye kept echoing through the silence. How can a single moment follow me for years? How can two words spoken once still sound this loud in my ears? Your goodbye still rings like church bells in an empty town, like a song that keeps on playing long after the music dies down. I've tried to drown it in the noise of other days, but the memory always finds me somehow. Your goodbye still rings, and I still don't know how to silence it. I've changed the curtains and moved the furniture, learned new routines and taken different roads home. Friends say I've become stronger since you left, but strength and healing aren't always the same. Because some nights when the moon hangs low, I still hear your voice in the quiet corners of my mind. Not the voice that said I love you, but the one that taught me what losing sounds like. I wish heartbreak came with clear instructions, a map to follow, a date when the pain expires. Instead it lives in ordinary moments, an empty seat and no photograph of familiar scent. And no matter how much time passes between us, part of me is still standing in the doorway, watching you become a stranger in real time, trying to understand how love could end so gently. People tell me to let go, as if hearts obey commands, but mine still listens for your footsteps in places you've already left behind. Your goodbye still rings like church bells in an empty town, like a song that keeps on playing long after the music dies down. I've tried to drown it in the noise of other days, but the memory always finds me somehow. Your goodbye still rings, and I still don't know how to silence it. Maybe one day your name will stop hurting, maybe one day the night will lose its color, but until then I'll carry the sound of your leaving like a melody I never asked to learn. Because some goodbyes don't end when the words are spoken, they echo. Your goodbye still rings, but it's softer than it used to be. The pain still visits, though it doesn't stay as long. And maybe healing isn't forgetting the sound, maybe it's learning to live without answering its call. The room is quiet now, the rain has stopped, but somewhere inside me We used to talk about the future like it belonged to us, like the years ahead were already written in our names. Sunday mornings, little houses, photographs on the walls. We built a whole life from midnight conversations. You trace circles on my hand and laugh about growing old. And I believe every dream that fell from your lips. Back then, forever didn't feel impossible. It felt as close as the space between our fingertips. Now those plans live somewhere I can't reach anymore, packed away with the letters and the promises we made. It's strange how quickly tomorrow can disappear, how easily forever can become yesterday. Some nights I replay those conversations in my head, wondering which part of us started fading first. Because when you lose someone you truly love, you don't just lose them, you lose the future you imagine. Tell me, what do you do with dreams that never happened? Where do they go when the people who created them fall apart? We were almost forever, almost the ending I had prayed for, almost the hands I'd hold at 80, almost the love songs people write about. We came so close to forever that sometimes my heart still forgets we didn't make it. We were almost forever, and somehow almost hurts the most. I've learned that heartbreak isn't always missing a person. Sometimes it's missing the life you thought you'd have. It's driving past places you promised to revisit together, knowing you'll never stand there side by side again. People say everything happens for a reason, but reasons don't make empty rooms feel smaller. Reasons don't answer late night questions or teach your heart how to stop waiting. And the hardest part is that I still carry pieces of you in the songs I play when I can't sleep, in the habits I picked up from loving you, in the quiet moments when my mind at you. We were almost forever, almost everything I ever wanted, almost the home I pictured in my dreams, almost the story I wanted to tell. And even though life keeps moving, a small part of me still lives in that almost. We were almost forever, and my heart is still learning the difference. Some people lose love, some people lose time. I lost a future that almost belonged to us. At first I thought heartbreak would look dramatic, broken picture frames, midnight calls and slammed doors. But ours arrived in quieter ways than that, in empty spaces and conversations that grew shorter. You slowly became a stranger, wearing a familiar face, while I kept pretending I couldn't feel you slipping away. By the time you finally said goodbye, my heart had already been mourning for months. So I started hiding my tears in ordinary places, in the shower before work, in traffic, at red lights, behind polite smiles when people asked how I'd been. I became an expert at changing the subject, at laughing at jokes while my chest ached inside. Because not every kind of pain has to be seen. Some pain sits quietly beside you and teaches you how to carry it alone. Everyone tells you to be strong, but nobody explains what strength really means. Sometimes it's not moving on, sometimes it's surviving the nights in between. I learned to cry in silence, to let my heart break, whisper instead of scream, to wipe my tears before the sun came up, and act like I was healing. The world kept turning without you, while I was still falling apart inside. I learned to cry in silence, 'cause loving you taught me how to hide my pain. There are still evenings when your memory finds me, usually when the city grows quiet and the lights go dim. I'll hear a song we used to love, and suddenly I'm standing in our past again. It's strange how grief works, how it can disappear for weeks, then return all at once. One small reminder, one familiar scent, and everything I buried rises back to the surface. I'm trying to let go with whatever strength I have left, trying to accept that some stories don't last forever. But my heart and my mind still argue about you. One knows you moved on, the other refuses to believe it. So I keep taking small steps toward tomorrow, even when yesterday keeps calling my name. And maybe that's what healing really is, missing someone but choosing yourself anyway. The tears don't fall as often now, but the ache still visits from time to time. And some nights silence is the only place where my heart feels safe enough to break. I learned to cry in silence, to let my heart break, whisper instead of scream, to wipe my tears before the sun came up, and act like I was healing. The world kept turning without you, while I was still falling apart inside. I learned to cry in silence, 'cause loving you taught me how to hide my pain. And some leave scars that only appear in the quiet. I learned to cry in silence, but I'm slowly learning how to live again. The tears still come, the memories still linger, but they don't own me the way they used to. I learned to cry in silence, and now I'm learning how to heal in the same quiet way. No one heard the tears, no one saw the breaking, but every night my heart knew. I still remember the night you made those promises, the city lights reflecting in your eyes like tiny stars. You said we'd outlast every storm that found us, said my heart would always have a place in yours. Back then your words felt warm enough to trust, like they had roots that reached beyond tomorrow. I wrapped my future around everything you told me, never thinking love could change its language. But somewhere between then and goodbye you changed. The softness in your voice slowly disappeared. The forevers turned into maybes, and your laughter stopped sounding like home. You still said my name, but something felt different, like the person I loved had already left the room. And when you finally walked away from us, I realized your promises belonged to someone else. How did always become I can't? How did certainty become doubt? I'm still searching for the moment your heart changed its mind. You promised in a different voice, one I barely recognize now. The voice that swore we'd make it isn't the one that said goodbye. I still hear those old words echoing, fighting with the silence you left behind. You promised in a different voice, and my heart still believes the first one. Some nights I replay our conversations, trying to find the place where we started falling apart. Was it hidden in the pauses between your sentences, or in the way you stopped reaching for my hand? Maybe heartbreak doesn't happen all at once, maybe it arrives one small change at a time. A colder kiss, a shorter call, a promise spoken with less conviction. I've tried to teach myself to forget your words, to stop treating no memories like unfinished prayers. But it's hard to let go of a future you memorized, hard to bury dreams that once felt alive. So I carry both versions inside me, the one who loved me without hesitation, and the one who left me wondering if either of us was ever real. People change, hearts drift apart. That's what everyone keeps telling me, but no one talks about the pain of loving someone who became someone else. You promised in a different voice, one I barely recognize now. The voice that swore we make it isn't the one that said goodbye. I still hear those old words echoing, fighting with the silence you left behind. You promised in a different voice, and my heart still believes the first one. If I could ask you one question, it wouldn't be why you left. I'd ask when your voice stopped sounding like love, and why am I never stop listening? You promised in a different voice, and maybe that's the part that hurts the most. And not that you left, but that the person who promised to stay disappeared. disappeared long before goodbye. You promised in a different voice, and I'm still breathing the sound of it. Sometimes I close my eyes and hear you as you used to be. Not the voice that left, the voice that loved me. Everybody tells me you moved on now, that your world kept spinning after we fell apart. They say you learned how to live without me, like my name no longer crosses your mind at night. My friends keep saying that it's over, that I should stop looking for you in crowded places. My mind understands every word they're saying, but my heart didn't get the memo. I packed away the photographs last winter, deleted the messages I knew by heart. I changed my routines, took different streets home, even stopped playing the songs that sounded like us. On the outside it probably looks like healing, like I've accepted everything and moved ahead. But somewhere deep inside my chest, a part of me is still waiting for you to come back. How do you explain to your own heart that forever ended without warning? How do you teach love to let go when it's still holding on? My heart didn't get the memo, didn't hear that you were gone for good. My mind keeps telling me the truth, but my soul still lives in what we were. Every morning reality wakes me up, every night memory pulls me back. My heart didn't get the memo, it's still in love with you. Sometimes I catch myself reaching for my phone, wanting to tell you something funny that happened today. For a split second everything feels normal again, until reality quietly steps into the room. It's strange how love leaves habits behind, little pieces of someone woven into your everyday life. And even after all this time apart, I'm still learning how to untangle you from me. I know you aren't coming back this time. I know some stories don't get rewritten, but my heart keeps rereading old chapters, looking for an ending that was never there. Maybe healing isn't forgetting what we had, maybe it's accepting that love can't survive an ending. Cause even though you've left my life, the feelings haven't learned to leave with you. Everyone expects heartbreak to follow logic, as if feelings obey the truth, but hearts have their own language, and mine is still speaking yours. My heart sing about love. Sometimes it leaves the room long before the heart knows it's over. My heart didn't get the memo, so it keeps saving a place for you. It keeps replaying on promises, keeps believing in impossible things. My mind has already said goodbye, but my heart didn't get the memo. And I'm not sure it ever will. The world moved on, you moved on, but somewhere inside me, my heart is still reading old messages. I deleted your number on a Sunday evening, watched the screen go dark in my shaking hands, removed the pictures from my camera roll, packed away the life we thought we had planned. I told myself that healing starts with distance, that forgetting begins with letting things go. But no one ever warns you that memories survive long after you've erased the evidence. Your side of the closet finally looks empty. The letters in my drawer are nowhere to be found. Even the messages that used to keep me up at night have disappeared into some digital graveyard. But the sound of your laughter still lives in my apartment, and your name still echoes in places I can't touch. I deleted everything I could hold in my hands, just not the memories. How do you erase a feeling? How do you delete a goodbye? Some things don't live in photographs, they live beneath your skin. Deleted you, but not the memories. Not the nights we spent chasing the sunrise, not the promises whispered in the dark, or the way you looked into my eyes. I erased every trace I could find, but my heart kept copies of us somewhere deep inside. Deleted you, but not the memories, and they're harder to lose than you were. It's funny how the smallest things still bring you back. A song from the radio, a street we used to drive down, the smell of rain against the pavement in the summer, a joke I know you would've laughed at first. The world keeps handing me pieces of our story, when all I'm trying to do is turn the page. And every time I think I finally moved forward, yesterday finds a way to meet me there. People say time makes strangers out of lovers, but my heart still recognizes your shadow in a crowd. Not because I want you back the way I used to, but because loving you changed something in me forever. I'm learning that moving on isn't forgetting, it's carrying the weight without letting it crush you. And some nights that's easier said than done. I've cleared space on my phone, but not inside my chest, because memories don't disappear, they just learn how to hide. Deleted you, but not the memories. Not the nights we spent chasing the sunrise, not the promises whispered in the dark, or the way you looked into my eyes. I erased every trace I could find, but my heart kept copies of us somewhere deep inside. Deleted you, but not the memories, and they're harder to lose than you were. Maybe that's the final lesson heartbreak teaches. You can delete the messages, throw away the pictures, forget the passwords, but you'll never completely forget how someone made you feel. Deleted you, but not the memories, and maybe I don't need to erase them anymore. Maybe healing is letting them exist without wishing they used to be. Your number is gone, your pictures are gone, but every now and then my heart still scrolls through us. You left on a Tuesday just before the sunset, with your jacket over your arm and your eyes on the floor. You said a few words that I barely remember, because my heart was too busy breaking to listen anymore. The door closed softly behind you, almost gently, as if endings were supposed to sound that way. And there I stood in the middle of our living room, watching forever walk out without a sound. The strangest part wasn't seeing you leave, it was everything that stayed behind. Your coffee cup beside the sink, your books on the shelf, the imprint of your head on my pillow at night. The world kept moving outside our window, cars passed, people laughed, the sky turned dark, but inside these walls, time stopped breathing the moment you took your love with you. Tell me, where was I supposed to go when every corner still belonged to us? How was I supposed to leave when my heart was still living here? I stayed after you left, stayed with the silence in the empty rooms, stayed with the memories hanging from the walls, and the pieces of us I couldn't remove. You walked away from what we were, but I stayed behind to mourn it all. I stayed after you left, because somebody had to say goodbye. For months I lived like a guest in my own life, sleeping on one side of the bed, leaving the other untouched. I memorized the sound of loneliness at midnight, the way it settles into your chest when you miss someone too much. Friends kept telling me that time would heal me, that eventually your name would stop hurting to say. But time doesn't heal every wound equally. Some scars heal slowly, some never fade. I stay through birthdays you forgot to call on, through holidays that felt colder than winter. I stayed when every song reminded me of you, when every dream ended with me waking up alone. And somewhere between missing you and letting go, I started finding pieces of myself again. Not the version of me that existed before you, but someone stronger than heartbreak expected. Maybe healing isn't leaving the past behind, The next morning I stayed after you left, but I'm not standing still anymore. The memories still visit, the ache still lingers, but they don't own this heart the way they once did. I stayed after you left, long enough to grieve us, long enough to heal, long enough to finally leave too. You left first, I stayed behind, but somewhere along the way I learned how to leave you